Am I getting nasally?
I don't think so. I mean, are you sniffing a lot?
I feel nasal.
Uh-oh.
Hi guys, I'm Eric Fuchs from Actors in Action Official.
I'm Christine, and you can find my Instagram handle at Christine Hillary Lee.
Today we're going to be reviewing another one of Ermias Baraki's fight scene films slash videos slash short films. This one's called A Sliced Pizza. This one was fun because me and Christine first started working together in like January of 2018, and this was like 3 months after. So it was cool to see how we were starting to work together better, and I was starting to get more creative doing the choreography myself. For Christine, it was probably one of your 5th fights,
yeah,
like
one
ever.
of the first ones, yeah. I've only been doing like fights like 4 months or something.
Yeah. So,
on-screen fights.
Yeah, so now looking back at this about 2 years later, should be fun. Here we go.
Here we go. Slice of pizza.
Is it a fight to the death though?
No.
We're still alive.
Maybe. No, we... Did we die?
And right outside, I'm gonna call it Ermias, making fun of how he talks sometimes.
Wow.
I was playing this. I remember
Were you?
playing this actually. Yes.
Okay.
That was actual footage. And I was actually hungry.
Wow. Acting.
This is back when I was working in New Jersey every
Oh my god.
every day.
Wow. Throwback. Looks in the cup cupboard for food.
Clearly it's my kitchen that I live at every day.
Clearly seen this pizza box the first time in my life.
I never realized how big my mouth gets sometimes.
Well, notice it.
I like seeing the pizza fall. And this like anime effect that I was going for.
The slideshow.
This I like a lot.
Yeah.
The feeling of that. See, we're getting pretty close. We're not like too far off space, you know. Our feet look funny, I think, going back and forth.
You think so?
It looks like good funny. I don't know, like different.
We died. Spoiler.
You died in half.
I died like
Folded.
Family Guy style.
Oh yeah! I can't wait to play that game.
P.S. I've never seen Ermias in a backwards hat ever again.
Pizza! Oh, I love pizza.
Just teenagers being teenagers.
Chicken, right? Chicken broccoli. Oh yeah, my favorite.
Oh my god, what?
Oh, I love pizza.
That's a choice.
Yeah.
So you ready to play?
Chris was so fucking disturbed. He was like, the fuck?
Sure, let's go. I'm on next. Alright.
That part was improv. I remember because I was behind the camera. That was the first time I ever touched the gimbal.
Oh,
Like-
that was on a gimbal?
Yeah. Oh, woo! Wow. Yeah, it was on a gimbal like this.
Yeah. It's like earthquake.
That was the first time I ever touched the gimbal, and I learned how difficult it is to film on a gimbal and have it point where I want it to go. And that was all improvised. They were like,
Wow.
well, I was like, what are you guys gonna say?
They're like, I don't know.
And oh yeah, that's what happened. I did drive you somewhere, and then I said,
Do you remember? I was like, shit, I left my wallet. And you were like, here, take my credit card.
yeah,
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I knew you for like 4 months and you were
it's
like...
all coming back to me.
I was like,
It wasn't my credit card, it was my debit card.
Stupid.
So, general comments real quick. Do you want to start or I'm going to start?
You start.
Alright, I'm going to start. Where to start? So, I do enjoy watching this for nostalgia purposes because, like I mentioned in the beginning, we were only starting to open up creatively in fight choreography.
Right.
And I was only just starting to get opportunities to be free in expressing my style of fight choreography and experiment and try new stuff with different people who fight differently and have different skill advantages. So that was a fond memory that I have, and I'm trying to separate myself from that because one day I should definitely have somebody watch my stuff with not somebody that was in it. I should have like an outside perspective of somebody watch it and see what they think. But when you really look at it, if you break it down and you look at the nuances of it, it's not that complicated. You know, it's not. We're not doing flippy tricks or you know, complicated falls
or even complicated kicks or punches.
Yeah, it's all very basic. I think it's complemented well by the way Hermes is moving the gimbal with us, by the way our intensity kept up at every shot. I was thinking about before how I remember being a little timid to fight with you because you were kind of scared on some of them, or I felt like you were scared.
I probably was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't doing it for a very long time at that point. But yeah, I'm trying to like think about how it was when we were doing it, and like a lot of the stuff or a lot of our dynamic back then is how it is now. I feel like just more evolved. Like from a very early stage, like we all like worked pretty well together.
Yeah.
I felt like, and not to say like we never had like any disagreements or problems or whatever, but like now we got comfortable with each other really quick in terms of like working together, and watching it kind of reminded me how natural it was to, you know, take direction and give like ideas and contributions, and I feel like that's so valuable to have in any sort of group you're working with. Yeah.
What was the word you used before? Like insecurity of not knowing if you're doing the best you can.
Right.
And then we got past it, and I remember just going faster and faster and faster, and we kept up. And that shows in the final product.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was like, we put like so much effort into it too. Like we put a lot of planning. Like I got my friend Christopher to agree to use his basement for us to do. So it was like a lot of like planning for something that was, you know, just for no money and like nothing.
Like always.
Yeah.
Shout out to Chris though.
Yeah.
Because, wow,
Christopher.
Letting us fight in his basement.
Multiple times.
Yeah. All right, critiques time. Now you gotta go first.
All right. I mean, like I said, I wasn't doing fight choreography or screen fighting for a really long time at that point. And I could tell like my kicks weren't that great on camera compared to how they are now. I definitely had like no awareness of like what things looked like behind the camera. Like you have to stack a punch or kick a certain way so it looks like you actually kick that person or punch that person without touching them actually in real life. And
wait, you mean you're not supposed to actually
hire him? So yeah, like even the roundhouses to your face, like I felt like I didn't know, like it was selling more in my head, but I think like if I had more of an awareness of how things looked on camera like I do now, I might have maybe angled or like done something with my body and my movements to make it sell better.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, and also just like my form in general has increased like a lot better. And
you don't go ha-cha anymore.
I still do.
Not as much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that a form thing though? Ha-cha?
No, I mean like you don't say ha-cha.
I do.
Not as much. It's now a one-off, more like mixed in. If you go back real quick and you replay in slow motion, if you can hear it, you listen for ha-cha. Ha-cha.
I'm sure people do it. They just don't have like a high voice like me.
Yeah, I always go ha-cha when I fight.
See?
Yep. That's like Princess Peach.
Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I've learned so much about just like collaborating with people in general. Cause I feel like it's very easy to become selfish and, you know, very engrossed with your own ideas and how you think certain things should look. And I think since then, working with a whole bunch of different people, like you always have to like Even though it's like not the best video in the world, but it's like the beginning of understanding how to work with other people.
Yep, true that. So my critiques real quick, I have just two main ones. I say the lighting we could have prepared for better because it was very dark in the kitchen and we did not take that into account behind the camera or in editing or in real life, which is where it should really happen. So if I did it again, I would like to bring some portable lighting. That's what I would have changed about that. And I would have liked to use our environment a lot more. Using stuff like the fridge more, using stuff like the kitchen utensils, like you were saying, the cupboards. There's so much stuff, not that I would start throwing plates at you,
right?
You know, but stuff like opening the fridge and taking stuff out and hitting you with a bottle of olive oil or I don't know, taking out a sprayable pancakes and spraying you with that. Like, that's fun.
Yeah.
That would be funny stuff. You know, exactly. So just stuff that flows out like that. I also do remember, I'll give us the excuse that we didn't have a lot of time because we were saying...
And we were also like newbies.
Yeah, yeah, but that's all. But we could plan better for that still. Right. You know, we could have started at 8 a.m. instead of whatever we started at like 12 or 1 or 2. And then we had to finish by 5 because she had to go somewhere, I had to go to work. But that aside, I would have liked to drag the fight out a little bit more because it felt cut off. It felt very wrapped up because it was very wrapped up, like we were saying. It had to be cut short and precisely ended because we had to leave, whereas if we planned better, it would have maybe dragged out longer, hopefully for the better. Yeah, so my two main things is definitely the lighting. I would have liked to prepare to have it brighter, and 2 is our preparation for time so that I could drag out the fight more for the reason of being creative. You know, I would have liked to be able to drag out the fight in a way that would add more value to it, that would add more content, like more what's the word I'm looking for? Substance. Yeah. We were talking about before how fight scenes, when it comes to, you know, what are you actually being entertained by, whether it's the average everyday viewer who doesn't know martial arts or the martial arts expert who teaches and trains every day. Both important. Right, both of those spectrums will get bored if all they're looking at for 2 minutes or 60 seconds straight is 2 people fighting and moving. You know, there's a limited amount of ways that you can move your body in an interesting way to fight another person in combat or use your environment even in a certain amount of ways. Even if we don't know that set number, there is a set number and you're gonna repeat stuff. You're gonna be unoriginal sometimes. But what I like is myself being original. When I get a light bulb and I get that, I wonder if I could add an effect. Probably not. I don't know how to edit.
That's your editing. You're learning how to edit.
That's my edit challenge.
Yeah.
Dink.
Host Eric put a light bulb above Eric.
Yeah, we'll see. So I like when I get to step out of my comfort zone and have something pop out of my head, you know, creatively and do something that I've never done before. That's what is entertaining me. And the other side of that is, like you were saying, the story. You know, having something that draws people's attention, that gets them to care about it, give them a reason. Why are you fighting? Why are you doing these set moves that I may have seen before in my life?
Why does it matter?
Right, why does it matter? You know, give it that substance. So that's what I look to do going forward, and that's something that I can see we have both been improving on, you know, in comparison to this video. So that's my critiques on it. If I could go back, those were the things that I would do better. Anything else? No? I think we're good then. Yep. Let's wrap it up. I am Eric Fuchs from Actors in Action Official.
I am Christine. You can find me at Christine Hillary Lee.
Thank you for watching. You can find Hermes' YouTube channel somewhere there. Peace.
Bye.